Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is another episode of Straight from the Block, episode 29. We almost at 30, ladies. 29. Can you believe it, bro? 29. I'm your host, Soprano, only on 92.6 The Spot. Co-host, holla at him real quick.
You already roll with this, man. It's your boy, Questro, a.k.a. Crook Bayless, a.k.a. Q Marcus Cousins, a.k.a. Russell Questbrook, a.k.a. Questmonovich. Whatever y'all need to know. You heard? I'm here. Stop playing with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's only me, B. I ain't got that many personalities. You heard? It's just a.k.a. Mr. Martin, a.k.a. Ashton Martin. You heard? Stop playing with me. Let's get it.
Yes, we got a lot I want to touch on. I was going to start off with
I'm sorry. Before I cut you off, I have to say this. I'd like to offer apology because I was all the way wrong to my man Kawhi. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have never judged his commitment to the game without having all the facts. It just hurt knowing we have all the tools to get this ring, and I can't get it. It's just annoying, and it hurt me. And I apologize. I was all the way wrong. You know you're my guy, Kawhi, aka the Cookout. I apologize, my guy. I just want to, set that right.
I'm not sure if that's warranted because that whole situation still suspect to me, but that's just me.
I mean, I got bad knees. I mean, if they say he was hurt before the first game, if he played through both, bro, and then it just wound up being too much for him, then like I said, how can I really question it when he's a champion? I've seen him. I can't really question it. So I'm wrong. I shouldn't have assumed.
Okay. I respect that. I can respect that that's the route you take.
Yeah, it's still Clipset.
Yeah, it to me, it's just, man, listen, I'm going to move on. I ain't going to do it. You start over with apologies. We're going to stay in some positive energy. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's going to get negative real quick, though.
Yeah, it could. But I'm going to start with, there's plenty of topics I wanted to discuss. I was going to start with the blind reaction, but I'm going to leave that for a little later because I think it's a good blind reaction, right? And just in case, let's get some other shit out the way. So the NFL draft just passed. We're going to get into my man, Wheelhouse, real quick. But we're going to start with a video clip. I'm going to play this video clip, and then we're going to start with that first. And then I'm going to let K, you could go right in right after this clip, all right?
Let's go.
This is what I want to play.
My biggest takeaway was the seismic shift in how NFL evaluators look at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
When you talk about the quarterbacks, 3 of the first 4 draft picks were quarterbacks, and 3 of them were black quarterbacks. That's historical in its own context. But I think at the end of the day, when you look at the way Todd has evaluated the draft over the years, NFL evaluators used to frown upon guys who were athletic and had creativity in the pocket if they weren't a proven pocket passer. Yep. Now, in today's game, that is coveted. And to me, that represents the shift in what the new prototypical NFL quarterback looks like. Bryce Young went first overall because of his mobility and creativity. C.J. Stroud, whether you want to believe it or not, went second overall because of what he did against Georgia, showing off that athleticism. And, of course, Anthony Richardson going out there doing the same thing. So to me, the age of the pocket passer, the pure pocket passer in the NFL is dead forever. And the new prototypical quarterback is the one who is mobile and creative.
Kay, what's your thoughts on that? Being that the draft just passed, I was surprised that so many quarterbacks did go in the first round because I didn't think this was a heavy quarterback draft. I mean, I knew there was going to be quarterbacks. There's always going to be quarterbacks that they take. But between what he said and Lamar getting his bag, which we'll touch on after you talk about the draft, I kind of agree that they're starting to shift away from it. So what's your thoughts?
Let me make it clear for you. I'm going to give you a clear-cut example, okay? Yes, I do agree with what he said, but the biggest and clearest example of what he just said went down at the number 4 pick when the Indianapolis Colts drafted Anthony Richardson over Will Levis. Why? Because Will Levis is the prototypical pocket passer from years past. He's the tall guy, he's the white guy, he can stand in the pocket, He can sling the ball down the field accurately. Throws a great deep ball. He has a coveted size and height and all the attributes that the back in the days quarterback would have been, you know, he would have been, he would have went number 4. 10 years ago, before Patrick Mahomes, before Lamar Jackson, before Russell Wilson, you know, before Jalen Hurts, before these guys, I'm telling you, Will Levis would have been the number 4 pick. But because of these players, especially Jalen Hurts, Anthony Richardson was drafted number 4 overall. I'm going to give you guys a little bit more background. Anthony Richardson only started 13 games as a college quarterback at Florida. Will Levis played about 3 seasons as a starting quarterback. You know, he had a lot of interceptions. He had a few turnovers and everything like that, but yet and still, he still has all of the attributes. Oh, the strong arm, the ball that jumps off his hands, all the shit they say about the white quarterbacks, Will Levis had it all. But he did not get picked before Anthony Richardson because Anthony Richardson's athleticism is unwarranted. Like, as far as an athlete, he's probably the most athletic quarterback that ever stepped into a combine as far as the numbers that he put up, as far as the measurables. All right. And at the combine and when they really evaluated him athletically, there's been no quarterback who can match Anthony Richardson, period. So they're going off potential. They're going off of, and I'm going to tell you, and I said Jalen Hurts more importantly for one reason. The man, his name is Steichen or something like that, right? Steichen was the guy that was with the Philadelphia Eagles that had Jalen Hurts as a rookie and made Jalen Hurts into what he is right now. He was his quarterback coach. He was the one that trained him. He's the one that tuteled him and everything. He was Jalen Hurts' guy to get him to where we just seen him inside the Super Bowl, going toe for toe and step for step with Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes is the reason why Bryce Young was chosen over C.J. Stroud. Because Bryce Young does stuff in the pocket. He makes plays, even though he's small. He just creates plays on top of plays that you don't see coming. He's going to do some shit that the defense can't plan for in the pocket, like a Patrick Mahomes. But going back to the Anthony Richardson and the Will Levis thing, Anthony Richardson was drafted number 4 overall. Will Levis had to wait all the way to the 2nd round. He was the last person and the only person left in the green room, ladies and gentlemen. He was the one guy, the tall white guy that had the nice hair, the beautiful girlfriend, the white family. He had it all, and he was there until day 2. While the young black hood dude, who looked like he could be a basketball player, he could be a wrestler, he could be anything. Like, even inside his suit, you could see how rocky Anthony Richardson was. You know what I'm saying? He was crying. It's a beautiful story because the kid is 20 years old. He started 13 games, and now he has the keys to a franchise in his back pocket. Because the Colts have said that they want him to play. They want him to make mistakes and learn on the run rather than sit behind the veterans they got over there. So just to sum it up, I know I've been going for a long time, but just to sum it up, they're right. That clip was correct because, like I said, the guy that would have been drafted number 4 overall went in the 2nd round, and the black quarterback, i.e. the Russell Wilson, who would have normally went in the 3rd round because he's all potential, you know, he's just a bunch of potential and he's so raw. He would have waited to the 3rd round to get drafted. He got drafted in round 1, number 4 overall. Good luck to Anthony Richardson. I got a lot of, you know, I hope the young man does well. He seems like that type of dude that he's gonna make that's gonna make more big plays than mistakes, but we'll see.
So Quest, what do you think of your team's draft?
I'm okay with it. What's son name? The defensive tackle dude that we got. I like him. I like that we add to give Micah some more. Micah seemed to be hyped about him, so if Micah's hyped, I'm hyped. I feel we good. I think we got what we needed. How are we in the works to get some other things? I'm okay with Dallas right now.
Did you guys draft a tight end? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we did. What's his name? Damn, I forgot his name.
The fuck out of here, nigga. Go get the gifts ready, nigga. You bitch ass nigga. And I'm gone.
Yo, I can't stand that nigga, yo.
When I'm on the block, there's always gonna be, I can't stop everything from coming right in. It's live.
No. Tell PK I said stick yourself.
We wouldn't have it any other way.
Thank you. Okay.
But yeah, I forgot his name. We got. If I knew I knew we was gonna talk about it, but I should have put down who we got. I know y'all really don't care about what we got going on in Dallas, so I figured it didn't make no sense for me to do it.
Heard you.
Only
I'm
person
cool.
that cares
Are y'all cool with what y'all got?
You sounded prepared to me, but heard you.
The only one that cares is K. I don't pay attention, I pay attention, but K know better than me.
No, yeah, definitely.
You want me to go?
Are y'all happy with what y'all got?
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
I'm happy with what the Giants general manager, Joe Shine, has shown me in the second year running the show so far. In the draft, he hit all of our needs. I would have liked for him to get a wide receiver in the first round, but as the board played out, the top 4 receivers was taken right before us. So when we traded up and we got a cornerback, that was another need for us. We need a young cornerback who could come in and start right away. So getting Deonte Banks with the number 1 pick was a good look for me. I like that. Then we went on and we got the offensive lineman. That offensive lineman out of Minnesota is a huge, huge man. Pause. But he's a big boy, and he's somebody who can play center for us for a very long time. When the Giants went to his pro day, our offensive line coach had this same young man doing NFL drills, which was kind of unheard of. Like, you don't see NFL teams pull somebody to the side and have them kind of do the drills that he would have our linemen do in New York. He was working them out like that. So I kind of paid attention to his name. So when I seen that we drafted him, I said it made sense. It wasn't like a big surprise to me, because we did extensive work with him at his pro day for Minnesota. Okay. And then in the third round, we went out and got the sexy thing that I really, really wanted to get in the first round, a wide receiver. But we didn't just get any wide receiver. We got the wide receiver from Tennessee that won the award as the best receiver in college football. He wasn't the highest graded receiver on the professional scouts pro boards, but he was definitely top 5 on all of their boards. You know what I'm saying? My man Jalen Hylett out of Tennessee. He's a burner. He's a deep threat. He's 6 foot. He's very skinny, but he has speed on top of speed on top of speed. The word on him is he runs a 4.4, but on the field, he's much faster than a 4.4, and he tracks the deep ball well. So we kept up with that trend of adding speed, but at 6 foot, he's like the tallest receiver we have right now. Wide receiver, because we got Darren Waller, who's like 6'7". You know what I'm saying? And then we went on and we got more cornerbacks, and we got a running back, and we got a linebacker. So we added depth to the positions that we needed. The holes that we needed to fill, we got a few young people to come in and fill them, who's going to fill it for a very long time. That's cornerback, that's the offensive line, and that's a receiver. Everything else was fluff to me, but it was good fluff because it was good talent in the back end too. But I'm very excited about the top 3 picks that the New York Football Giants made this season.
Yeah,
okay.
The New York Football Giants. Oh my God.
Yeah. What you think is worse, Quest? New York Football Giants or America's team?
Dallas. Are you really gonna ask that question? Hey, where do you live? In America?
I live in New York. I live in New York. So the New York Football
New York
Giants
is in America. Last I checked, it's in America.
But they not America's team. That's the shit.
Yo,
that's
you
crazy.
know what? You know what I noticed? These Knicks fans get some W's and get out of pocket.
First of all, you're a sore ass loser. Respect the sign. Respect the sign.
Oh my God.
My goddamn wings.
Oh my God.
Wings.
I got you.
Right, where my wings at? I'm hungry right now. Where my wings at?
I got y'all. Well, how I'm gonna give you the wings? I'm not there.
Bring your pet ass over here. They're gonna make me
right. Bring your ass over the bridge so I could go barbecue chicken wings. Fuck this bitch. Show some respect to the sign, all right?
Hold on, D. We still ain't get our drinks.
Okay, got his. Your ass don't come nowhere.
Oh,
They
you
got
got
his
some
energy.
drink?
I did
They
get
got
my
his
drink. Yes,
energy.
sir.
Oh, look at this. This is the type of foolery that's going on behind the scenes.
Listen, I don't ask bet. I don't bet like that, bro. You would have got your shit a long time ago.
See, I've seen how many times I've seen you since the bet.
Twice.
Okay.
Yeah, once was on a late night on a humble. That's
But
when
you
you
knew I
was
was coming
running
through.
the streets. Yeah, but no, that's when you was running the streets, right?
Oh, all right, yeah.
Nigga, when I got my bottle, your beard was still black. You heard? That's all I'm saying.
Ah, bro, hammerhead. Ah.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah,
well,
oh man. So when you listen, when you come bring the wings, we could do an even swap.
say less.
How about
I
that?
got you.
I want to talk.
All right.
I want to talk more about the draft. Can I say some more about the NFL draft, please? Please.
Sure,
I got this.
sure. You got the floor. You got the floor, bro.
I got to get this off my chest, okay? All of the experts are saying the Philadelphia Eagles won the draft. The Philadelphia Eagles are going crazy because they're drafting all of these players from Georgia. If you don't know, the Georgia Bulldogs are the two-time defending champions. They've had a great defense in college. The Philadelphia Eagles, they got a few defensive starters off their team last year. They got Jalen Carter this year. They traded up and got Jalen Carter, who's a defensive tackle. And then they also got the linebacker from Georgia. And everybody's like, Philadelphia won the draft because they're getting all these players from Georgia. They traded for Swift, the running back from Detroit, who of course went to Georgia. You know, so right now, the Philadelphia Eagles have about 8 players from the Georgia Bulldogs, last 2 championship teams, okay? And everybody is going crazy. Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, the Georgia Bulldogs were playing against other college teams. They were playing against young men. The NFL is full of grown-ass men from all over the world, all right? The New York Giants, we drafted a lot of players from Georgia the past 5 or 6 years to our team too. And all of them, they turned out to be great picks. The cornerback that we drafted out of Georgia with our first round pick tried to rob people at a party, whatever. Yeah. That's the homie that tried to rob dudes with the AR-16s. You know what I'm saying? And then we had to drop the nigga. And when we dropped him, and the nigga beat the case, and the Kansas City Chiefs signed the nigga, and the nigga wanted to get a ring with the Chiefs. That's neither here nor there. Fuck that nigga. All I'm trying to say is it didn't work out. All right. Azeez Ojulari, Andrew Thomas, those are our top picks before we got homie last year. So 2 and 3 years ago, our first round picks came out of Georgia. All right. Azeez is good. Andrew Thomas is good, but they're players who are coming. You know what I'm saying? When they came in as rookies, they weren't dominant. So it's just like, just because the Eagles got all of these players who were great college players and they were dominant going against other 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, it doesn't mean they're going to come into the NFL and be great going against grown-ass men. You know what I'm talking about? Give them a few years and we'll see how it turns out. But a lot of people, like 7 out of 10 of the experts, they say the Philadelphia Eagles have won the draft, and they're all sucking Howie Roseman's dick because he won the draft again and he stole the draft again. And I'm like, my nigga, everything in the NFL is proven on the field, not on fucking paper. That's all I gotta say.
You know what I wanted to say about the draft? Well, I wanted to ask y'all, how did y'all feel that only one HBCU player got drafted?
Deion Sanders has done a hell of a job of putting a spotlight and highlighting the players in HBCU. The one player that got drafted actually played for Deion Sanders. You know what I'm saying? He's from Jackson State University. Last year, there was 4 of them. This year, there's 1. Hopefully, next year, there's going to be 5, and the year after that is going to be 10, you know? But it's to be seen. The Power 5 colleges, they had about, out of the 259, I think they had 250 of the NFL draft picks. You know what I'm saying? Which is like the SEC, the Big Ten, like, you know, the Power Five, like, you know what I'm saying? Most of them came from these programs who have the high quality, you know, programs. You know what I'm saying? But it's up and coming. Since you want to bring that up, though, I do want to highlight something that I just found out today, okay? We don't give enough credit, and I don't thank this big bro enough. But ladies and gentlemen, what Snoop Dogg has done for the National Football League and for the Black community as a whole doesn't get enough props. Okay, Snoop Dogg, what he's done with his league, with his Snoop Dogg leagues, and giving and bringing high quality equipment and high quality programs to the youth inside of areas where there was riddled with gun violence and gang violence in Carolina and all across the, and you know, all across the West Coast. Snoop Dogg needs to get more recognition for what he's been doing for the Black community. CJ Stroud, the number 2 pick in this year's draft, who went to Ohio State, is just the latest person that played inside the Snoop Dogg League when he was in high school. You know what I'm saying? He's from a neighborhood that wasn't getting the props. So, you know, he would have never got the kind of football program he needed as a youth if it wasn't for Snoop Dogg and what Snoop Dogg brought to his community. For CJ Stroud to get to Ohio State, to do his thing in Ohio State, and now to be the number 2 quarterback drafted and a Black quarterback drafted in the NFL by the Houston Texans, to be the face of that franchise. Kudos to Snoop Dogg, kudos to Ohio State, kudos to a lot of people when it comes to CJ Stroud. But what Snoop Dogg has been doing doesn't get enough credit, man. Straight up.
Yeah, shout out to Snoop Dogg
Uncle Snoop
and the programs and the programs he worked with the youth, etc., so forth. That's great. That's actually awesome. I'm extremely disappointed. I think so. This is my take on the HBCUs drafted, right? Players drafted. I think Deion and some other ex-NFL players, etc., so forth, have done a really good job trying their best to put HBCUs back on the map. And in the process of doing that, they've shown that there's a lot of talent in HBCUs. I'm actually very surprised, especially based off what he did in Jackson State, right? I'm very surprised that only one HBCU player was drafted. I thought at the bare minimum, I didn't expect like there was gonna be like 10 guys drafted, right? I didn't expect that, but I expected like something like 3 for right now, and then it to grow as time went on. But for there to just be one, it's hard for me to accept it because there's so many rounds in the NFL with 32 teams. That means there's a lot of players to choose from. So it was kind of disappointing to hear that there was only one guy. But I don't want to spend too much time on that because we got a lot more other stuff to cover.
One more thing. I want to put out there. It was one guy that was drafted in the 7th rounds, but as of yesterday, there was 16 people. There was 16 players, undrafted, that got the invites to go to the NFL teams. You know what I'm saying? So even though there was one that got drafted, 16 went to teams undrafted right away. And okay. I just want to say that it's for the undrafted. It's like the coaches like Deion Sanders have done their part. It's for the players who get in the league from the HBCUs to take it to the next level. You had 4 of them last year who was contributed on NFL teams. It's time for them to do more. And it's time for the ones who are there right now to show out and get the rest of the brothers in there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I hear you. Let's move on to the next topic. Let's get out of the NFL for a second. I did want to touch Lamar, but since we spent so much time on the draft, we got to get into this NBA.
It's about time Lamar got his money. Real quick, it's about time Lamar got his money. if it wasn't for Jalen Hurts getting his money and showing the time, I mean, the framework for the contract, Lamar wouldn't have got paid. Lamar finally got paid. He needs to be in Baltimore. That's it.
Listen, I just want to say congrats to Lamar, and I want to say hell of a fucking job because he represented himself and got that bag.
Yeah.
He represented himself. Everybody was criticizing him, calling him crazy, all this different shit. He did this shit himself, and he got his bread. And even though
who better to know what you want than you?
Exactly, but even though Baltimore dragged their feet on it, they got it done. OBJ signing over there, so he got a weapon. Congrats.
And they got other weapons. They finally signed some first round and third round receivers too. So not just OBJ, they got young pieces to go over there too with him. So Baltimore should be looking good this year.
Baltimore should be looking good.
Use them in Madden.
Yeah, they should. They should be crazy. All right, so playoffs. Knicks is in the second round. Golden State's in the second round. Some of our predictions didn't quite pan out because we most of us had the Bucks. and yeah, none of us picked Miami. Nobody picked Miami. We all picked Denver. I was the only one picking LA for good reasons. For good reasons. I picked LA. All right. And I can't wait to do my little snippet on Dylan Brooks because that is the ultimate clown.
Because I got a lot to say about that too, because we definitely don't see eye to eye on that.
Yeah, we definitely do. We got to have a whole show on the Memphis Grizzlies because I told you, and I will replay my clip. Okay? When I said this was a bad matchup, and karma, I said karma was coming for that ass, okay? Because you talk shit, can't back it up, and you're talking too early. Now, you love the shit talker's quest, but I'm sorry. If you want to back up a fucking loser after you talk shit, so be it. That's your prerogative. But none of us but me picked the Lakers, all right? Me and Kay had New York, of course. We all had Philly. Two of us had Golden State, but Kay was the only one that said can't bet against Steph Curry. Can't bet against Steph Curry. And of course, I was the only one that had Phoenix. Unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, we don't really know. That's the one series we don't know how that would have turned out.
I can tell you how it turned out. You got eyes. You know damn well how it would have turned out. Look at them getting smoked now. We would have smoked them if we was at full strength.
Listen, I don't know about all that, brother. I'm just saying, that's all I can say.
We gotta get into it because I'm pretty sure we're gonna talk about Denver, so it's gonna come into it. So when I get to tell you about that,
we're not gonna break down no teams. I just wanted to go through that real quick. You know, first game one is in the books. Denver is, 2 games in the books for Denver already. The Knicks is down 0-1. They playing right now currently. You know what I mean? Boston down. But we'll get into that because we're gonna let that play out.
Predictions? Are we making a prediction for this round?
Which thing we talking about first? Which series we talking about?
Wait. Do y'all want to make your predictions now for each series that's going on? Let's do it. Let's do it. All right, make your predictions. Let's start with Quest because Kay had the floor for the draft. So Quest, what's your predictions for this round? Let's say Denver, Phoenix. Wash?
Denver and 5.
Denver and 5. I'm marking it down, ladies and gentlemen. Denver and 5. Go ahead.
Easy. Denver and 5. Yo, the way I might have Miami at 7.
Okay, Miami is 7.
Miami is 7. I ain't gonna lie. Playoff Jimmy is a whole nother animal.
Okay.
I got him. Who else we talking? Boston. Boston messed up their chance of winning with no Joel. That's what he was supposed to do. and you did it. You couldn't take advantage. But the 76ers, I feel like they just in this rut. I don't see them getting out of it. I'm gonna go Boston in 7.
You're gonna go Boston in 7?
Boston in 7.
Okay. All right, Kay. Where we at, Kay? Wait. I'm sorry. So you got Boston in 7. Wait, you got Boston in 7, Miami in 7, Denver in 5.
Denver in 5.
LA and Golden State. What you got?
Golden State is 7. No, hold on. Golden State is 6.
Golden State is 6.
Golden State is 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
Golden State is 6.
We poking bears. Pack this old nigga up.
Oh shit! You just gonna keep making it worse, huh?
Yeah, pack this old nigga up, man.
All right, Kay, talk to me.
I'm gonna start where he left off. You know, this is my homie, and unfortunately, we agree on a lot of things, so it doesn't make it real spicy. I'm gonna take Golden State in 6, but I'm gonna give you a little bit more info on it. I'm gonna give you Golden State in 6. What I've seen from Golden State that makes them different right now is Andrew Wiggins. If Andrew Wiggins had not returned to the Golden State Warriors, they would have lost in the first round to the Sacramento Kings. I'm going to repeat that again. If Andrew Wiggins didn't return from whatever he was going through, ladies and gentlemen, the Golden State Warriors would have lost to the Sacramento Kings. But because Wiggins has come back and he has looked like he's not missed a fucking beat, they, you know, when you're away from the game, you're not supposed to be in shape. You're not supposed to be this and that. You're not, you're not playing ball. What the fuck ever. This nigga has come back and fit right the fuck in. He's making big defensive plays, big offensive plays. The nigga is balling. He's going to be that nigga guarding LeBron and busting LeBron ass. Not even busting his ass, but making LeBron play defense on the other end. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Steph Curry's just that nigga. Like, if y'all know me, y'all been listening to the show long enough, you know I don't like either of these fucking organizations. I don't like Golden State and I don't like the Lakers. But I know personally more Laker fans than I do Warrior fans, so I'm gonna run with the fucking Warriors because I don't want to hear these bitch ass Laker fans in my family, in my personal space. I got Laker fans in my personal space that I don't want to see happy. Just keeping this fact.
I agree. I concur.
So it's like picking the best out of two evils. You know what I'm saying? For me. And I got so much respect for Steph and Steph's 3-1 record versus LeBron in the playoffs that I feel like that nigga is gonna do what the fuck he gotta do to beat LeBron and beat them in 6. So I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna go Denver in 5. I think Phoenix is gonna win 1 game. But I think the fact that they absolutely positively have no answer for Joker, I feel like because Joker, okay, so for me, Ayton had a good game yesterday. The first game they played, Ayton was absolutely horrible. Yesterday's game, he gave a lot of effort. He was rebounding. It's like you're not going to stop the Joker from doing what he got to do. But you got to do what the fuck you got to do. And you got to bring to the table what you bring to the table every night for your team to win. So, in that regard, Ayton brought the offensive rebounds and he brought
He's a fucking bum. He's a fucking bum.
He brought offensive rebounds, he brought more effort. But I just feel like Denver is a deeper, better team. They're the more well-oiled.
That's what Phoenix is going to fuck up because you can't run KD and Booker 40,000 minutes. Chris Paul just packed himself up because y'all overplayed him in the Clippers series.
Not against
They playing a 5. They running 5 guys. You can't go through a whole playoff running 5 guys.
Denver finally got the opportunity to get a warm-up series versus the Timberwolves, and now it's like a well-oiled machine. And it's like
Phoenix got no answer for my son, Canadian Bacon.
They are
Jamal Murray's busting their ass.
For me, the Denver Nuggets are going all the way to the finals, and it's going to take a team from the East to stop them. But I don't see anybody in the West stopping them. That's just me because the Joker, the thing that I gotta mention about the Joker is that he plays down low so fucking well. He can shoot, but he doesn't fall in love with a jump shot. He plays down low to his strengths in the paint, 10 feet and in. He got so many moves, so many fakes, such great footwork that he's going to bust anybody who comes his way ass with a healthy Jamal Murray, with KCP, with Gordon, with Porter.
Aaron Gordon been balling too.
They going. I said a lot about the West. I'm going to keep the East short. In the East, I got Philly winning. Boston fucked up. And in the playoffs, for me personally, in the playoffs, you see the difference between Udoka and the coach they got right now. Because Udoka, there's no fucking way Ime Udoka would have had James Harden going off for 45 points on him, knowing going into the game that he's the only offensive fucking weapon we got to really stop. And we got to focus our energy on because there's no Embiid. But this nigga, this coach right here for Boston, allowed Harden and the entire Philadelphia 76ers organization to get that confidence that we can win without Embiid. So even though Embiid may come back and may not be 100%, Philly still has that. Harden has confidence. Maxey has confidence. Harris has confidence. Philadelphia in 6.
They say if Embiid come back though, like he's not even gonna be 50%.
I don't care if Embiid ain't 100% until game 4. With them niggas going how they going right now, and Boston, it's more about Boston than it is about Philly to me. It's more about this coach being exposed and motherfuckers thinking that coaches like Ime Udoka is just replaceable and you could just get rid of him and bring a next nigga in and he's gonna do the same fucking thing. That's just crazy to me. And that's what's gonna be exposed in this series to me. You know what I'm saying? He was good for the regular season, but in the postseason, I don't see it happening. And then Miami and New York, because I don't want to go too long. Miami, New York, I got New York in 6. New York in 6, straight up. Let's go Knicks in 6.
All right, I'll make it short and sweet, okay? I think this is going to be a very challenging series. I think it's going 7. I think the Lakers-Golden State series is going 7. I don't even want to pick, but something tells me that the Lakers are going to come out of that series in 7. So I'm just going to go with my gut. Something saying the Lakers is coming out in 7.
I'm telling you right now. I ain't saying it. I'm telling you right now, though. AD is going to get hurt. CP3 just went out. AD is coming up in the next game or 2.
I don't speak that into the universe for no players, so I'm not going to even do that. I'm just going to say,
I'm just going to
give me some more handy, please. I told you before the show started, your man was going down, my nigga. It's not new shit for you.
I got LA. I got LA in that series, so I'm gonna stick to the West. I think that series is gonna go 7. I think Denver's gonna figure it out. Not Denver, Phoenix is gonna figure it out and get a couple of more games and get a couple of games. So I think that series is gonna go 7, but I do think I got Denver. I think Denver is just too well polished right now. I think the key to that is the others. Now that CP3 is down, I want to see who steps up on that team and if Monty Williams makes the proper coaching adjustment. In the East, I think this was a bad game 1. I think Philly's gonna come out of that series in 6. I think Philly coming out of that in 6. And then in the Knicks, the way it's looking right now, I'm hoping it doesn't, but it might have to go 7. And then I'm picking the Knicks in 7. Because I don't like what I'm seeing in the first 2 games.
That's your heart. Go with your fucking head, nigga. You niggas is down 3 right now without their best player and they fucking second best player.
So we don't need up to date. We don't need up to date.
I'm paying attention. I don't need that nigga's commentary, which is why I'm picking 7 because I don't like how we looking right now. Okay, I don't like how we looking right now. So I could say if we're gonna pull it out, we pull it out at 7. Worry about your fucking Lakers, okay?
Tell him, dude. Say with your chest, my nigga. Worry about your Lakers,
Mister. We need Donovan Mitchell. Shut up.
We do need Donovan Mitchell, nigga.
No, we do.
All right.
Now, back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry, but that damn bronze sexual gets under my skin. So I gotta calm it down because he
I have a
takes
new word for them. They're bronze genders. Bronze genders.
Hold on. Questa's
Bro-
called you a bronze gender. You're bronze gender.
Not
Yeah,
even
they're
bronze
bronze
sexuals no more. They're bronze
Nah,
genders.
they're bronze genders.
Oh, okay. So
Sorry for interrupting.
I came up with a little scenario for us to follow. Y'all did your research, so I'm definitely gonna let you guys go first. But all right. The question was, name 3 players that didn't play more than 5 years that would be a possible all-time great if it wasn't for the injuries. It could be in any sport. Doesn't have to be NBA. So I'm gonna let Kay go first. Come on, Kay. Tell me what you got.
I want Quest to go first, B. I feel like I've been saying a lot. Let Quest go first.
All right. So my first one, damn, because it was the 5-year thing that kind of limited.
That was hard. It was hard.
Yeah. My notes. Well, the first one I was Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson was on crack. Bo Jackson was Bo Jackson, bro.
How many years? Wait. That was so good.
Yeah,
How many years did Bo play?
Let me see. How many years did he play?
Like 3, 4.
I felt like Bo didn't make it to 5.
I don't think so. I don't think so. He did not play 5 years in the NFL. I do not think so. Nope.
87 to 90.
That's it. He did not play 5 years in the NFL.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, that is a great one, Quest. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing. I don't think nobody's beating that pick. Go ahead.
Yeah. Some of the Heisman Trophy winner. Someone's a Pro Bowl. Someone's playing 2 sports. Some have probably the best arguably one of the best pair of sneakers ever. Bo is it, man. Bo was really it, yo. And it sucks that he even ended his career ended the way it did because he could have just ran out of bounds. He could have just ran out of bounds, and we probably wouldn't be having this discussion right now. You know what I'm saying? So Bo Jackson was one. Cause I didn't want to stay all in basketball. My second one, I wasn't sure. Let me see if it's the right amount of years though. The fuck? Oh, all right. My second one was Brandon Roy.
Now, granted, Brandon Roy played a little over 5 years. He was injured, but he was injured.
It was 2006 to 2011, and then that last year he had one more year. And then that don't really count.
So he was on the cusp. That's what I was gonna get at. He was on the cusp.
But the last year he didn't even play really. He played
what? 11 games, I think he played.
I mean,
like I said, he's on the cusp. He's on the cusp.
Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy was wilding. Brandon Roy was smoking niggas, bro. Nobody in the league could do nothing with this boy. He did what he wanted when he wanted to, and was wilding, bro. He had Portland turned up. I'm not gonna lie. Brandon Roy was a good one. And it's hard. The 5 years is what fucking limits everything.
That's why I made it interesting. I could have just went on the spectrum and just talked about injuries, but that would have overloaded the choices.
Yeah. Shit. I can't even think of a third person.
So if you got 2, just stick to the 2. It's hard. I'm gonna be honest.
I was going with. Bo Jackson was the main one I wanted to talk about, but Brandon Roy, because I can't. I can't think of nobody 5 years. 5 years is short as fuck.
It's very short.
There's a lot of great niggas with injuries, but they all play over the 5. 5 years is short as fuck.
So I'm gonna just carry it. I'm gonna pick it up from right there. The 5 years did make it very, very difficult, and that's why I want to say you took my two players. Like you took Brandon Roy. I had Brandon Roy. I was talking about Bo Jackson. You know what I'm saying? Because Bo Jackson, what people don't realize is that Bo Jackson was about to be a Hall of Famer in two sports. He was one of the best to do it in baseball, and he was the best running back in the NFL. Like Deion played both sports, but Bo Jackson was better at baseball than Deion Sanders was at baseball. You know what I'm saying? And then Bo Jackson was better at football than Deion was at football. You know what I'm saying? I had to think about it before I said it with my chest. But I could say it with my chest. Bo was better than Deion Sanders at both sports. He was such
I do not co-sign that statement. This is Deplano from
I mean, to me, when it comes to football, offense, if you play offense, to me, you're a little bit better than a defensive guy because of what you do. You know what I'm saying? Like, cornerback, he can't really, like.
But I'm telling y'all this. I'm telling y'all this. He was so much better than Deion Sanders in baseball because in baseball, he was a freak athlete as well. He was hitting home runs way farther than anybody ever saw at that time. The man was running up the wall. If you remember his famous highlight, the man ran up the wall to catch to bring a home run back in. Like the shit that he was doing in baseball athletically had never ever been seen before by any other baseball player. Period. You know what I'm saying? He was an anomaly in both sports, a freak athlete in both sports, at both positions, the outfield, at the plate, and as a running back. He was a phenom at all fucking three, like a straight phenom, top 5 all time ever seen as far as athletically. So he was such a freak of nature that he doesn't get enough respect about what he was doing on the diamond. You know what I'm saying? But Bo Jackson was definitely that dude. The only dude that I could bring up how hard this category was, I couldn't go. Like I said, I had Brandon Roy, but what I do is Drazen Petrovic. It wasn't injuries. He died in a car accident. He died in a car accident. But I wanted to shine the light and to shed some light on how good he really was for the people that seen him play.
Well, first start by telling us how many years did he play?
He only played, so he played 4 years. He played the first few, I mean in the NBA, because he was playing professionally inside of Europe. Recently, he was playing for like 10 years, you know what I'm saying? But inside the NBA, he played 2 years with the Portland Trailblazers, and then he played 2 years with the New Jersey Nets. And like the Portland Trailblazers, nobody remembers him in Portland because he wasn't getting a lot of burn because he was the first player from overseas, y'all. Before Dirk, before Detlef Schrempf, before all them players.
He's the first?
Drazen Petrovic was the first player from overseas who was in the league. So in Portland, niggas was sleeping on him. But in Jersey, he had the opportunity because they had to move for the point guard shooting guard position. And by 1993, because he only played with Jersey from like 91, 92, 93, he played 2 seasons with them. But by 93, he was 3rd team All-NBA. Now, for a player that didn't play any college ball at all, that didn't play basketball in the United States, to be 3rd team All-NBA was still a huge contribution back then in 1993. You know what I'm saying? He was absolutely a fucking baller. For y'all people that have never seen Drazen Petrovic play, when he came to New Jersey and he got the chance to play, he was that nigga. He was that dude. He would have been the godfather of the entire European thing that we see going on right now. Dirk Nowitzki's, the Detlef Schrempfs, all these, the Stojakovic, all of these dudes who we've seen from overseas. He was the first one. Detlef Schrempf, he was the first one that proved We may come from Europe, but we can play American basketball, and y'all got to put some respect on us because it's all about putting this ball in the basket, and we does that because we've been playing professional ball for 9 years. Like, he was one of them dudes that was playing professional ball at the age of 13, 15, and 16 years old. So when he came to the league and finally got his chance in New Jersey, it was like he was a man amongst boys because everybody seen him as a young dude because he just came to the league and getting his chance. But man, he was a problem, y'all. Problem.
All right. So I'm gonna make mine quick. I ain't gonna even do a whole soliloquy. I thought about this. Dion in baseball was one for me, right? I thought if Dion was allowed to do both sports, he would have gotten better in baseball. I would never compare him to Bo because I think Kay hit it on the head that Bo was just better naturally. But I think with time he would have gotten better. And I think Dion would have been a Ricky Henderson type player where he would have been there in the all time for like stolen bases and stuff like that.
Good comparison. Ricky Henderson, good comparison.
Yeah, that's how I think of Dion in baseball. My other two picks are NBA. I tried to think of an NFL player, but I was struggling because a lot of the players I thought of, it wasn't really due to injury. It was due to their situations. So I'm gonna stick to the NBA. Jay Williams. I think Jason Williams. Jay Williams. I think he would have ended up being an all-time great if it wasn't for that accident. I also think the same for Bobby Hurley. Those are my two picks. Bobby Hurley and Jay Williams, I think both would have ended up being really, really, really good in the NBA and ended up somewhere of significance where we would talk about them and would be talking about them today if it wasn't for those injuries. Both those guys, freak accidents that just, they were never the same and they couldn't really do anything afterwards. So those are my three picks. We're going to be signing off on, WKBP, The Spot in a couple of minutes, but we're going to continue because my blind reaction is what I really wanted to get into. I'm so hyped about this blind reaction. All right. So question went first, last, right? So now it's Kay's turn. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna let y'all go. Let me ask the question first, right? In their prime, you could have one of these four as your starting power forward, right? In their prime, you get to pick out of these four guys, which one are you taking, right? Now, to make this interesting, I did not pick a Weber, a Barkley. We're not talking super top tier, but we talking tier, right? We're talking second tier easy, right? In their prime, remember this. These are the options. Vin Baker, Zach Randolph, Antonio McDyess, or Derek Coleman. Now, for me, I'm going to go McDyess.
Name the four players again.
Vin Baker, Zach Randolph, Zebo, Antonio McDyess, and Derek Coleman. So I'm going Antonio McDyess. I think those injuries messed him up, but he was a 2010 guy early. And I just thought, I don't know, it's something about him that I loved his game. So that's my guy. If Zebo had hypes, it would have been Zebo. If he had hops, if Zebo had height and hops, it would have been Zebo easy. But I'm taking Antonio McDyess. I'll let y'all do your picks. Go ahead. Quest.
It's hard for me to pick because I love Zebo. I'm a big Zebo. I love Zebo. Like, I love everything the way he hooped. I love Zebo. But when I first got introduced to basketball was around the time where Derrick Coleman was coming into the league and he was in college. Yeah, he was in Syracuse. And Derrick Coleman, the only thing Derrick Coleman was like, he's type skinny. Like, he's a little underweight, maybe. But Derrick Coleman had the bag. Like, bro, son had the touch. Son had moves. He was cranking on niggas. He was decent on defending. I'm going to go with Derrick Coleman. My son had British Knights. I'm going to fuck my son DC. DC was the truth, yo. Derrick Coleman was nasty. And this is like when I first was getting into.
I just want to make this clear. This was hard. I thought about this long and hard. I was gonna add a fifth player.
Yeah, because all of them was nice. Vin Baker was beastie too. Like,
listen,
all of them.
Zebo and Derrick Coleman, especially them being lefties, and Derrick Coleman was giving people the business, bro. The business. It was I was such a huge Derrick Coleman fan back then. But it was really hard. It was really hard for me to pick. But that's why I said this was gonna be a blind reaction. I ain't want to give y'all no time to think about it. Go ahead, Kay.
Derrick Coleman. I ain't even gonna front. Even like from when, like I said, I just started getting into basketball around them times. I kind of tried to get some of Derrick Coleman's game. Like that. Yeah, nah. Derrick Coleman's it for me. Derrick Coleman is it for me.
All right, Derrick talk Coleman. To him, Kay. Talk to him. Let's see who you going with.
It's easy for me. It's not easy.
I mean, you gotta say Vin Baker.
No. I gotta go. Listen, I already said Drazen Petrovic, so I'm gonna go with his teammate and Derrick Coleman. They was playing together.
Yeah.
And then you got Kenny Anderson. And then they got Kenny Anderson, and then it was real crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this is a tough because McDyess is the least skilled out of all of them. You know what I'm saying? Because Zach Randolph did it all, and Zach Randolph is just my dude. He got locked up for selling weed. He was a weed smoking motherfucker. That's my dude.
He's a gang member.
He's my nigga. Yeah, he's my nigga. Vin Baker, all-star Vin Baker was the closest person to DC, if you ask me, because Vin Baker literally had the bag to do it all. He had the handle, the mid-range, the three-point, everything. He had it all. But what Vin Baker didn't have was the mental toughness. Derrick Coleman was all of them people I just named combined in one. He had the athleticism like McDyess. He had the jump shot like fucking Vin Baker from mid-range to the three-point range. He had the handles, and he had the dog in him because he's from Syracuse and he's just a New Jersey nigga from the hood. So he wasn't with the shits. He would punch you in the face. He was a fighting ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? He got into the rap game later on. Like, Derrick Coleman was the prototype stretch four. For the young people who don't know, it was niggas like Chuck Person who was stepping out and shooting threes before Derrick Coleman. But Derrick Coleman was stepping out with Chuck Person, the rifleman was at, and he had the handle too. Like, he had the handles too. Like, Derrick Coleman was just that fucking dude. He was really, really, really that dude. And as hard as this question was, it's easy at the same time because Derrick Coleman was really that talented. He was really the rest of the three players talent like combined in one. Derrick Coleman.
Well, you really think McDyess wasn't skilled? What was it about McDyess?
He didn't have a bag like the others.
McDyess didn't have handle. McDyess couldn't shoot, and McDyess didn't
have shoot. That was crazy. He could shoot.
For the mid-range 15.
Out of all of them, he was the least best shooter.
That's what I'm saying. Like out of the category that you put him in, though, D, you put him with all-star Vin Baker, you're putting him with fucking Derrick Coleman, and you're putting him with Zebo. Like, these niggas can really shoot from long range early in their careers. It didn't take them long. Like, they was doing this. They was shooting threes in college. McDyess wasn't a three-point shooter in college. McDyess,
no, you're right. But he had the mid-range. That's why when you said shoot,
he had a little bit.
And
McDyess,
he didn't have handle, and he had
McDyess.
He didn't have no hand. He didn't have no handle.
McDyess was not your typical power forward, but he did he was your typical power forward. Like he did the power forward shit. The others, they stepped outside the box a little. Other power forward. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I agree.
They had a jump shot. They had a real.
McDyess is probably the most athletic though. McDyess had bungees.
Yes.
Dice was
jump
bouncy.
He had the most hops and the most like.
He was bouncy.
Yeah, but as far as all around basketball skills, them other three niggas is fucking elite, B. Like elite.
Agree.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I thought that was gonna be an interesting one. I can't wait for the next one. I'm having fun coming up with these little scenarios. I got some nice. I got some ideas for these next couple of shows, but of course, me and the rest of the crew is gonna brainstorm and get it together. But this has been another episode of Straight from the Block. I'm your host, Soprano. And the rest of the crew, holler at them on the way out.
You're ready to roll with this, man. It's your boy Questro, aka Crip Baylor. Stop playing with me, you heard?
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your man Ashton Martin, aka Mr. Martin. Man, stop playing with me, baby. Love you. City's ours.
All right, y'all have a good one, man.
Quest, I want my fucking wings, nigga. Bring my fucking wings.
You can miss some meals.
Great beard ass.
You say you can miss some meals?
Yeah, you can miss some meals.
When you gonna be in the city though? But seriously though, when you coming in?
Saturday.
I'll take you
to go see my mom's.
Stop on the block.
I gotta take you to see my mom's. I'll be on Saturday.
Stop on the block, pick up the wings, and bring them shits downtown to me, nigga. Nah, I get it from you.
Yo, if Kay, I gotta come pick up that piece for the mic from you too, man.
When? What piece for the mic? Oh, whatever. Okay.
Oh man, you know what I'm talking about? That shit that goes into the phone.
Oh yeah. Okay, whatever.
Okay, all right. So yo, fellas, Saturday, whether it's Zoom, I don't know if I have to work. I'll find out tomorrow if I gotta work. But if I don't have to work, then maybe we could do it in person early. Let me know.
I won't be able to do early. Like I'm not gonna be in the city from Friday. I'm coming Saturday, but I'm taking I gotta meet my mom's like 2:30.
Okay, all right. So we'll do
I won't be in like early.
All right, so then we can do a Zoom. Can we do an early Zoom? Because I'm supposed to have a guest today, but I can have a guest for Saturday.
Saturday, like early evening?
Huh?
Saturday, I have to be at work for 3 o'clock. So that means I'm getting on my bus at 1:30. So anytime before 1:30, I'm Gucci. Or then,
okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
or,
no,
or
yeah.
I mean, do it live or something. I could do it for an hour, like 8 to 9 or something like that. But y'all gotta let me know.
If we did it early, I could do it like, I gotta be my mom's by like, if I leave by 1, we could do it for like 11:30, 11.
11 to 12.
11 like might be better.
11 to 12.
11 might be better. Gotta get dressed and get ready. You know what I'm saying?
11 to 12. 11 to 12 on Saturday.
Okay, yeah. I'm good with that.
All right, bet.
And Quest, if you either one of y'all, if y'all got some episodes ideas, just shoot them to me so I could prep them. And I could send to the guests.
I want to touch on the running back position in the NFL, being that there was 2 running backs drafted in the first 20 this year in this NFL. I mean, I ain't touch on it much because it would have taken a long time. Being that Saquon Barkley was the last running back drafted within the top 20 of the NFL draft, and Saquon Barkley is miraculously up for a contract. You know what I'm saying? His 5th year rookie contract right now. And then you got Bijan Robinson that went number 8 to Atlanta. And you got Jahmyr Gibbs that went number 12 to the Detroit Lions that nobody saw. But you had 2 running backs taken in the top 20. And the only running back that was taken in the top 20 in the past 30 years was Saquon. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So if we could touch on the running back importance and the draft and the NFL and all that, I have some numbers as far as Saquon Barkley compared to these young boys who just got in at number 8 and number 12.
Okay.
I bet.
All right. I'll tell at y'all later.
For sure.